Hey guys, welcome to the first official episode of the Semo Friends Podcast. We are here in Dubai with this beautiful backdrop, kicking it at Papa alongside the spot, and I have the most sensational guest gracing me on my first episode, the wonderful, the amazing Priscilla in the building. Clicks for Priscilla.
Woo!
Clicks for Priscilla. Yes, ma'am.
I'm so excited to be the first.
No, honestly, I'm so grateful that you came down. It is your birthday week, month, year, whatever. We
My
are celebrating.
birthday, everything, yeah.
We're going to be celebrating, so I appreciate you coming and joining me. You look fantastic.
Thank you. You look very handsome
We're
yourself.
going to stop. No. But yeah, welcome. You are the official first guest, and I've kind of like briefed you off camera. No holding back, no holds barred.
No.
This is the Semo Friends Podcast. So the people that are going to be on this podcast are going to be people that I really like get down with in the community and are doing great things. And you're just a phenomenal person. We go back.
We go back. We
really, really
Yes.
do. You've kind of turned into my carnival raving partner.
Oh,
of
yeah.
late. But we know each other from uni. I mean, Brunel University.
Brew
No,
up, brew up.
And I actually have a picture I want to show you.
Okay.
He tried to get him to show you off camera, but I wanted to save it for the podcast.
I'm
so
actually dreading this picture.
this picture was taken at one of my original Semo and Friends parties, which was called Semo's Beach Party. And this was like, back in our day, the like mecca of uni raves.
I just want to tell you, lot, yeah, you don't know how hard it was to get a Semo and Friends, Semo Beach Party, ice cream party ticket.
You need to know someone.
Went like hotcake. And if you didn't know someone, nah, those parties, they went down.
Right, are you ready?
No.
Okay. I'm going to show it to you off camera. We're going to put this on the screen if she allows me to. That is you living your best life. Not one, but two hula necklaces, absolutely raving it up.
What was on my head?
Do you remember?
What was on my? I still have that top. I actually tried it on before I came here.
No way.
Oh my.
That is about, I think that was 2015. That is 9 years ago.
Do you know why I remember? I remember this specifically because I had a photo shoot that day. That's the wig that I'm wearing. So it's the wig and the makeup from the photo shoot. And I was like, I'm ready. Let me go out.
Well, straight from the photo shoot to the club.
Straight from the photo shoot to the club. Because in the club, we are fam.
Yeah, man.
Oh, get rid of this.
No, I'm keeping it forever. Forever.
And it's so funny. My hula necklaces matched the ice cream branding.
You was literally living your best life in that moment.
Oh my gosh.
That's a little flashback for you. A little blast from the past.
I'm horrified. I'm actually horrified.
To be fair, I mean, you look great now. But you still look great there.
No, don't lie.
I think
you're trying to be nice.
We both had glow ups. Let's spud for the glow ups, because I'm not gonna lie. I've seen pictures of me back in uni, and I had like the chin strap and the little genuine beard, like the moustache at the top. Yeah. We won't go back to that era, but I thought I'd show you that. That was from 2015. Madness. So much has happened since then.
Oh, thank God for growth.
But yeah, we're not here to talk about 2015.
No.
We're here to just have a chat, really. Semo and Friends, a lot of people are going to be thinking, oh, what's the podcast all about? It is just me just opening up with my brethren, having a little chat about life, what's been happening, and just some real opinionated shit. And I say shit because we can swear on this podcast. I do not care. You don't have to be palatable. And I guess we'll start with... Actually, I want to break the ice with you.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, because people that might be watching this podcast might know you, might not know you. So... I've put together a series of very quick fire questions.
Let's do it.
Right? This game is called This or That. Right? So I'm going to give you certain scenarios or A and B kind of questions, and you have to pick one of them.
Okay, cool.
Okay? You ready? Right. So we're going to start real easy, and it's going to get a bit deeper. Cool. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Travel in the past or travel to the future?
Past.
Movie night or games night?
Games night.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Afrobeats or bashment?
Bashment.
Oi.
Oi.
Nigerian jollof or Ghanaian jollof?
Ghana.
It's not even a dispute.
No.
But Nigerian brothers, I love you, please.
Sorry.
North, east, south, or west?
South.
Gee.
Hello.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
Night.
Really?
I'm a night out. Do you know what it is? I can get up in the morning, but I always work better at night. Like my creative juices start to flow.
That's where the creativity comes out. Yeah, it's so true. Okay, Morley's or Sam's?
Morley, South, innit?
Gosh, you guys and your Morleys, man.
Morley's.
Grease in a pot.
Nah, sorry. Morley's.
It's not Chicken Cottage or Sam's. We can't do it, but I'm a West boy, so it is what it is. Right, Apple Music or Spotify?
Spotify.
That's the right answer. Skinny or thick? Take it as you want.
Slim, thick, baby.
Spicy or sweet?
Sweet.
Okay, homebody or outside?
Outside.
Fancy dinner or takeaway?
Fancy dinner.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, she a bougie.
I'm a little
bougie.
bougie.
Okay, all right, I see you. Tall or short?
Tall. Come on, tall. I mean, I don't want to discriminate, but if I had to choose.
Okay, all right. I ain't judging, you know. I'm solid 5'11". My ladies are... No, I'm joking. All right, books or movies?
Movies.
Okay, final two. Ovi or Mike?
Ovi.
You know what? Clicks for the dark skin man. He's a very, very attractive chocolate man. I have to tell you guys, if you had said Mike, I would have been very disappointed, but you know.
But that's my ex.
Anyway,
you shot me in the foot.
All right, now this one's a very, 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 very left one, okay? Would you rather fight 100 horse-sized ducks or 100 duck-sized horses?
Give me the ducks.
The duck.
The way horses kick.
It's true.
The way nah.
It's true. 100
Wait.
duck-sized horses. I'd fight.
No, duck-sized horse, because then they're smaller.
Can you imagine a duck the size of a horse?
No, yeah. Give me the duck-sized horses. Because then their kick's just gonna feel like that.
Okay, you have completed this or that. Round of applause. Welcome to the show. Hopefully we know.
You threw me under the bus,
girl. What you thought this was going to be?
You made me slew my ex for no reason.
What you thought this was going to be, huh? What you thought it was going to be? A walk in the park? Absolutely not. Welcome to Semo Friends. I learned some things about you, and I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, your career has been doing absolutely amazing. I don't want to make this too career-based, but I do want to give you a massive shout-out because you are doing an amazing job on Sky Sports.
Thank you.
And you're highlighting something. I mean, I watched a few of the episodes, and I saw the stats, and I was just like, I can't believe there's so many women that don't continue playing sports as they grow older. So I definitely want to talk to you a little bit about that. How did it come about? And what was the inspiration? And, you know, I love my fit girls. So
let's do it.
Tell me about it. Like, what's it all about?
Okay, so my show is called Girls Are Players Too. And the way it kind of came about was I was like, I'm not moving. I went to the gym I started gym about a year ago, I'd say. And if it's not like a project, getting ready for a shoot or something, I literally wasn't working out. So when I finally got into that routine, I was like, damn, if I wasn't moving, how many other women weren't moving?
It's true.
So I was like, I just want to reintroduce sports to get girls moving again. And it's like, I'm come from a space of, I'm not an expert. I'm not going to go 5 days a week. Like, it's unrealistic. But do I want to enjoy the experience and do I want to feel good? Absolutely. So I just want to reintroduce sports. And we did exactly that. So we did it as a hobby, as an amateur, and as a professional. And whichever path you want to take it, you can take it. But yeah, no, it's like an amazing show. And I get to go back to my school. I talk to the kids.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was just really, really lovely. But the way it kind of came about is we applied for the Sky Focus Fund.
Yeah.
We got it. And then we came up with the concept, me and my partner, my writing partner, this thing partner, not husband. It's very single. Just in case you're asking. Just in case you're asking.
She looked right into the camera, boy.
But yeah. And then, yeah, so we did it all. So we've co-created it, we co-produced it, and
so you was like real
and
in
presented it. So this is literally my
like
baby. Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Honestly.
That's amazing. That's so cool. Do you feel like from maybe like early educational level, they don't support women enough to be, I don't know, more consistent with sport?
Absolutely.
I just remember as being a guy, every like, I don't know, lunchtime, playtime, whatever we used to call it, recess for my Americans watching, guys, we're just playing sports. We're playing football, even if it's Bulldogs, whatever it might be, we're doing some kind of like activity. You feel me? So I was always playing sports from like a really young age. My mum had 3 boys. We're a year apart. My older brother's 1 year older. My younger brother's 1 year younger. When we hit 6, 7, we were nightmares. So for her, it was more like a coping mechanism. But obviously I can't relate. I didn't have any sisters. It was what that must have been like growing up. what you guys would do. I mean, what did girls do like in their spare time? Like when guys were playing football outside, what were ladies doing?
We would just play. Like we would be there. Like I remember playing out, and then you'll just like mix potions. It would just be like mud and water.
Potions.
And you're sitting there, and you're like, oh yeah,
So
we're
yeah,
making
which-
little potions. God forbid. I rebuke.
I rebuke.
But no, we used to play out, play with our dolls, do little makeup, mummies and daddies, all that sort of thing. But I think I had a big brother. So lucky for me, he would always kind of drag me to do sports and would be
Right.
like, and get me involved. But I would used to say that if I didn't have my brother, I would have never been close to the pen. Like the pen was the scariest place ever.
Right.
Like, and all the girls will just look in, but we would never enter.
Yeah.
So again, as you said, in playtime in school, the girls would be in the corner, we'll be doing hair, like playing with each other's hair, trying to cane row, trying to learn how to do everything. And the boys, they'll either be, I don't know, doing whatever they do, their little year 10 versus year 9s.
Yeah.
whatever
How is there
it is.
always beef between
It's
the
always
years?
a beef between the year
There was
groups.
always beef between
They're just
the year
rushing
groups.
each other, or they were in the pen at playground,
Yeah,
like
it's
literally
true.
playing sports. But with us, I don't really, they didn't really, I think they didn't take female into consideration, and there wasn't a lot of opportunities. I just feel like with men, they could see an end goal.
Yeah.
But with girls, we didn't really have those role models to be like, oh, okay, you can aspire to that. So they kind of didn't pour into it because they didn't see it.
It's true. I remember our teachers literally like pitching us against each other. My older brother was really good at sports, rugby, football, whatever. I could never play football. And anytime I saw my PE teacher, he was just like, oh, so I lived in Wales for a little bit. I lived in Cardiff for a little bit.
I didn't know that.
Lads, you don't know about me, girl. But when I was in that school, my older brother was literally the best in the entire school
Okay.
at all the sports he played. I was a studious kid. I was really smart. Like I was good in the books, right? So they would always come up to me and say to me, oh, so you're going to be like your older brother, are you, Semo? I was just like, I don't know about that one. I can tell you how to do, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, but I was terrible at sports. And I felt the pressure to be better at sports.
Right.
I don't think it was the same, like, for the ladies that I was friends with. They didn't really have, like, teachers on them to do sports. You feel me? Like, we carried that through our entire lives.
Yeah.
And I feel like now there is a massive community kind of, I don't know, like, focus or pouring into the community to be healthy, to be fit. I guess online, like, Instagram and social media has contributed to it because people be looking good in them.
People
In those booty scrunchers.
in those gym sharks.
What do we call those things? The things are just like those. I don't even know what they're called.
bands.
The man, them we call them the booty scrunchers.
What are you talking?
Those TikTok like leggings.
The
That
leggings,
literally
the
they
leggings
be-
where the bum bit.
it is
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
a 24/7 wedgie.
I hear it.
Ladies be looking
great.
So gym has become like a culture. Like
Yeah,
if you ain't looking
absolutely.
good, if you ain't like taking
It's a
care of
lifestyle
yourself,
now.
it's a whole lifestyle. And with it, there's fashion and there's events.
But I'm kind of grateful for that because now it makes girls want to buy into it more because now you're buying into the lifestyle. And I think if there wasn't that appealing aspect, a lot of women probably won't be doing it because they will go into the gym and they're making sure they get that little first trap picture, you know, when they put the one leg out and the bum looks real perky. Yeah. Tried it. Didn't work.
I'm glad that you used the word thirst trap because us guys over here, we'd be dying watching these pictures, but they'd be like, I'm just doing it for me. Girl, you know what you're doing.
We
Stop
know
it.
what we're doing.
You know what you're
We
doing, man.
know.
You catching them angles, but
You did it for Jerome.
no, but I also have seen a lot of things like run clubs, which I think are really great. Like these things didn't exist maybe like, they probably did, but they weren't as like, I don't know,
Popular.
publicized.
Yeah.
Where people can come together as a community. Whereas it's kind of like for us, guys, we've always had gym buddies. Like going to the gym without a gym buddy, you're not going to get the results. You don't feel the community. It's a chance for the guys to catch up and, I don't know, maybe talk about what's been going on in our lives or what girl's giving us a headache at the moment or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I guess things like run clubs or gym groups, I don't know if you saw what Rashid is doing from Link Up TV.
Yes.
I went to the last one in summertime when I was in London and I thought it was amazing.
It looks serious.
It was hot in that bitch though.
It looks real serious.
It was hot. There was about 200, 300 influencers in there, all in one room, just sweating it out.
I love that.
And the hit session they made us do, by force, I wasn't going to be the one that didn't finish it because I was like,
course. You
mama
can't
ain't
tap
raised no
out.
bitch. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this. That's maybe the toxic masculinity kicking in. But it was great to see that we have really influential people also getting involved and there's no egos or like, I can't come and put myself under pressure in an environment where there's other people watching me. It was sick. I'm not going to lie. I've got loads of like free merchandise and stuff.
Oh, dope.
So yeah, I think what you're doing is great.
Thank you.
Like I need to give you your flowers because I didn't know it was such a gap in the, I don't know, in our community, I guess,
Yeah.
and our social influence towards each other until I saw your show. So that's like knowledge for me.
Thank you.
Well done,
Appreciate
girl.
that.
Yeah, man.
So I want to know, what are you doing here?
Oh, gosh.
You got up and left.
Oh, Lord.
What are you doing in Dubai?
Here we go. The interviewer becomes the interviewee.
Yeah,
Here we go.
just ask.
Man. There's so many ways I've told this story. I didn't expect you to ask me this. I'm not going to lie.
Gotta do it.
This is not planned, guys. I'll be real. So for those that have just tuned in, obviously it's the first episode. So yeah, I've been in Dubai for a year now. And when I made the decision to move to Dubai, it was kind of like this post-pandemic era where people were kind of getting their stuff back together. The events industry shut down. Like I went from, man, I could talk about this forever. I'm going to try and keep it condensed. Like right before the pandemic, Ice Cream, my events company, was like here. We were doing our thing. We had events from London to Hull, Manchester. We were doing Nottingham. We were doing all over the country. We were doing Portugal. We just came back from Ibiza. We've done events with DLT Recess in Ibiza, which was fantastic. And we just opened an office. We just hired our first set of employees.
Oh my
We just got our
gosh.
first round of funding. Like we were on a high. Like everything was going really, really well. So when the pandemic came, we had like invested heavily into the business, into the next summer, because it's like events in the UK are very seasonal. You know, you kind of go, in the UK, it's very different to Dubai. Dubai, there's an event every day. In the UK, you kind of plan for paydays and bank holidays and summer
Yeah.
holidays and when people are going to be off, so you can get the most people that come to your events, right? Or the university cycle, freshers, Halloween, Christmas, whatever, right? So we were like, yeah, whatever, this thing ain't going to last that long. Like, we'll be good. And we just done our last show with Pop Smoke, literally.
Crazy.
Ice Cream presented Pop Smoke. We did this amazing event in Watford. 1,500 people came out. And we were on a high. We just felt amazing. So when the lockdown lasted for, I think, how long were we in lockdown? Like over a year?
It was a long time.
It was devastating for our industry. Like a lot of people really, really struggled. For me, I buttoned down the hatches and I was like, okay, cool. I still had to pay for my office expenses. I furloughed my my employees who had just started working with me.
Yeah.
DJ career went flat. I was living in an apartment block where the building, the way it was built, you could hear if I was to play music, my neighbors could hear it basically.
Right.
So I couldn't do the online mixes. Everything just stopped for me. And I went from being, you must know what this is like being a busy person.
Yeah.
When you go from being super busy to just stopping, everything just kind of, how do you explain it? I just became hyper depressed.
Yeah, mind fuck.
Yeah, I was just completely fucked. And I know it happened to a lot of UK artists, some of them I work with as well. It's just like having all this empty time and space to think about your problems or to just hyper focus on things that, I don't know, you may not hyper focus on before. I struggled.
Yeah.
I really struggled. I was separated from my craft, which is what kept me going. And watching financially a company that I had poured 13 years of my life into go from being very strong to just paying things out every month, loan repayments, blah, 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 to get to a point where like, oh shit, like we could actually be in serious problems right now. Just heartbreaking. So when eventually the pandemic lifted, two things happened. During the pandemic, my coping mechanism was to work out. I used to do like workouts, just even in my garden, whatever. And I went back to basics. So I just fell back in love with music.
Right.
You know, like I became a DJ and Brunel was my biggest catalyst of DJing. And ultimately it was because I love music so much.
Right.
My friends around me know how much I love music because when they hear me play, I play it in a way that you can only play it if you love the music.
Yeah.
So I went back to being a student of music. I fell back in love with DJing. Doing Ice Cream, I was constantly running a business. So it wasn't so much about the craft anymore. It was about
operations.
perfecting
Yeah,
it.
making sure this ship stays afloat and runs seamlessly.
Exactly. But I had a really important role in Ice Cream. I was within my community, I was like a Trojan horse because at the time we were in uni, there wasn't that many black events. There wasn't many events where we could go and really enjoy black music. And obviously I'm really ambiguous looking. Most of these club owners didn't even realize this is an African boy.
Yeah.
So they would let me in to come and do events expecting, I don't know, let's say they thought Hispanic, like 500 Hispanic people are going to turn up or Arabs are going to turn up.
Yeah.
I'm a Sudani boy. Like I'm from Sudan, born in Sudan. So when my peoples are pulling up, my West African brothers and sisters are pulling up, you know, my Mid-African sisters, my West Indian brothers and sisters are pulling up, my South African brothers. That queue outside liquid, you'd have to see it to remember to believe it.
Yeah.
It was like 6 people wide and was about 200, 300 meters long. These venue owners were mortified because they were like, "Raw,
I was expecting
black
this."
people to our club." They weren't expecting it. I had a bigger mission. So for me, again, purpose is everything. The second you lose purpose, you lose direction. And I found myself stuck at the end of the pandemic, like our main nightclub closed down. I no longer have purpose. I no longer have a mission, but I love music. So I just became a DJ again. I stopped doing events.
Did music become your purpose?
Music saved me. Like it saved me. It repurposed me. And I feel like I became a bit more selfish in my career in the sense that I'd poured so much into building platforms that I was just like, I'm just going to pour it into doing Semo. And off the back of it, I launched Semo and Friends, which is now like my invite-only curated events. I just did my first one last week in Dubai. It was amazing. I'm not going to tell you how it ended. That's another story for another day. But a year after the pandemic, and I had just about kickstarted my career again, but this is where I started to feel betrayed by my community a little bit. Because while I was kickstarting, some people really flew. Like there's some brands that they got it right straight after the pandemic, you know, and they became super brands. And they wouldn't book me. They just would not. They would not give me and the thing is, I can like, and I say this not through arrogance, just with confidence. Like I can DJ. Like I can play. Like I'm a shellers.
You've got your stripes.
Yeah, I've done
all of
my
your badges.
thing. I've earned it.
You've earned it.
This is now when we entered the era, and I'm going to speak very frankly of influencer DJs. Yeah. Do you know what? Can I just shake your hand for just not becoming a DJ? Because although I think you'd be a bad DJ because I've seen you dance but
the thing is,
you got the looks and you got the swagger.
I'm a lover of music. So if I was to start
if it happens,
DJing,
I won't judge you. But
it would simply not be for clout, but because remember, I've been in there like behind the decks with Nigel Boy, setting up for him, guys. So I've been jugging.
Yeah.
So if I ever become a DJ, I'm not an influencer DJ.
Yeah.
But nah, I could have easily
become a DJ. I just want you guys to know I need 50%.
It's all right.
At least. All right.
Fly me out to Dubai.
But yeah, for me, I just kind of felt like isolated. Like if it wasn't something I had created and if it wasn't overseas, because boy, overseas opened up to me. I started getting flown from Germany to Prague. I did a collaboration with Fresh Island Festival Croatia. I started doing events and getting paid well.
Oh yeah.
Overseas is a big bag, right? And I was just like, I ain't getting no love at home.
Yeah.
And I would speak to people in the community who were big in the community, you know, and they were just like, we don't get it either, Semo. And I don't know, maybe a part of me just felt like, I don't know, I'm not accepted with it. Like in London, right? The major events in London are run mainly by my Nigerian brothers. Most of the biggest brands are run by my Nigerian brothers. And I love them. And I've supported a lot of them. And there's receipts for that.
Yeah.
A lot of the biggest brands I've worked with. But when it came back to showing me love, and it's not even off a brethren thing, I deserve to be on those lineups.
Absolutely.
I wasn't getting no looks. Not one. I haven't played. If you was to name me the biggest events in London right now, guarantee you I've not played them. Not one. And I don't know, maybe call me a Scorpio man. I'm emotional. I got to a point where I was like,
fuck these niggas. I hear it. Fuck these niggas.
Why do I need to be here? I don't have to be here. I get paid more overseas. I get more respect overseas. But I'd never actually been to Dubai. So what happened was I came to Dubai for the first time in August 2022. It's for a wedding. I'm thinking it's a Muslim country. They don't party like that. My mum, weirdly, my mum had been telling me for time, go Dubai, go Dubai. You'll love it. Didn't really see much in that wedding. But do you believe in divine intervention?
Yeah.
You're a God-fearing woman, right? From August 2022, November 2022, I got flown out with Mo Stack. So for a lot of people may not have seen my career before, I used to tour with Mo Stack. We did 3 UK tours, 2 European tours. We was always on the road. I'm talking literally like on tour buses, sleeping on the buses, big team, same set of decks, equipment, lighting, flown out with us with my name on it.
Right.
We was treated really, really nicely. They flew Mo out to play Soho Gardens in Dubai. My first time actually playing in Dubai. Roski was on the lineup. I went into the club and I was like, oh, I didn't even know this lifestyle existed. I stayed in the Maidan. It's got a horse racetrack outside your window.
Yeah.
With a jacuzzi tub,
Mad.
with a giant glass window, triple size bed even. Hospitality, picked you up in beautiful whips, everything paid for. We were there for 48 hours. Wasn't long enough. But by the time I got back on that plane, I was just like, what is this place? Yeah. Look at God. January, I'm DJing just after New Year's. I'm DJing in a beautiful little club called Duo. I'm sure all of us have been to Duo in Camden. We had some good nights in Duo, boy. Shout out to my brother Julian. And a girl that lives in Dubai was at the nightclub. She's cousins with one of the bartenders. Big up Charlie. So she's listening to me play. And she's just like, this guy's sick. But you're playing in this tiny little club in NW1. Like, your talent is being wasted. Like, what the hell? Comes up to me in the DJ booth and goes, listen, I don't know how, but I'm going to get you to come and play in Dubai. I don't know how. Yeah? Shana, I swear to God, owe her everything. She said, I'm going to give you the call. When the call comes, just book your ticket. You book the flights, we'll make sure you get paid on our side. March 2023, I got the call to go and play at a club called Lekki. Lekki is like foundation. If you come to Dubai, you're from the ends, or you're from Africa, Lekki's the first place you check in. Right? Headlined Lekki, turned the place into a zoo, murdered it. Absolutely. Recorded the whole thing on a 360 camera. Promoters coming up to me at the end. Best set we've ever heard here. Crazy, gassing me up. I'm due to fly back 2 days later. Wake up the next day, phone calls from all the biggest clubs in Dubai. I got given same room you got right now, five JVC. They gave me a pool room for a week. Come play at our club. We'll lace you up. Walked into my room. They've got a cake with my face on it. It was just like a pinch me moment. You feel me? Because I was just like, how am I getting all this love overseas and I ain't getting it in the ends? Yeah. And I've earned my stripes in the ends. I ain't a little man in the ends. I've done my thing. You feel me? I built a 6-figure business by myself.
Right.
So it's by the time I got back on that plane, when I'm flying back to the UK, I'd played Blue Club, I'd played Lekki, I'd played Mansion, I played all these different clubs in Dubai. And something clicked in me. And I was like, I have to leave the UK. I have to. And if it doesn't work...
At least you tried.
I'm just going to come back to where I came from.
Yeah.
And honestly, I got 2 weeks before Dubai, before I'd set a date. I actually set a date. I said 4th of October, I'm flying to Dubai. 2 weeks before that, I didn't have a single set. I didn't have nothing lined up. I didn't even have my accommodation paid for.
What?
I knew a handful of promoters, and I just knew with my charm, I guess, I could get in the door. But once I'm in the door and I show you what I can do,
that's it.
But I came trying to be as valuable as possible. I didn't come like, you guys have to book me. I didn't even realize what the scene was really like. I could tell you a lot more about Dubai now than I could back then. But the reality is, I needed a change. I just come out of an 8.5-year relationship as well. I was down bad, I was heartbroken. I'm man enough to say I was going through it. So when the business...
And heartbroken in more ways than one.
I'm telling you.
Relationship,
rejected by my community.
All of that.
I needed a new start.
Yeah.
But I saw the business opportunity in Dubai. Also, I could speak Arabic. And my grandmother had just moved here.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of tension and conflicts going on in my country at the time. And my grandmother landed, I think, a month before I had got to Dubai. Okay. And obviously, it's my last living grandparent. I was like, this is great. I've got so many aunties here. Let me come and, get to know that side of the family. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, my mum, she's one of 11. So there's a whole side of the family that I just didn't even know about. That's it. That's the story. And the most condensed way I could tell it to you.
That's beautiful. So music in Dubai saved you?
Music in Dubai saved me. I'll tell you this, though. Dubai is the kind of place where if you have a plan, you're humble, and you know how to kind of mold your career, it can work. A lot of people do come here just thinking, I'm just going to wing it and that's it. It don't really go like that. It don't really go. Like I said, I could do a whole podcast episode by myself on Dubai, but maybe for another time. But I think it's like it's economically established London without the violence. And that's a very, very key thing for me.
Yes.
For a woman, Dubai, safety, unbelievable. Like, I'm not worried about any of my female friends out here.
That's great.
If we're all leaving the club separately, back in ends, me and the man them are doing shifts driving everyone home. Where do you live? All right, cool. You take da-da-da. I'll take da-da-da. Bet. Message me when you get home. And you know that drive can be long sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Boy. Where do you live? Tottenham. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
But out here, you can thrive in any direction, any color, any creed. The gatekeeping is, I would say, minimal. Like, it's not really like one of those things where people are going to stop you in your tracks if you're not good at what you do. If you're good at what you do, you're going to fly. Like, if you came out here to be a presenter,
I have to do a little strategic positioning.
all right, that's you interviewing me, but I've
Okay.
got some things that I want to ask. I want the people them to. These are debates that have kind of been circulated in my circle. You got to meet some of my circle earlier. We had some nice chats off camera.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Lord God.
We
But
did.
yeah, so girls are players too. Let's talk about it in another way.
Okay.
So girls being players now, because hey, these 2024 ladies and 2024 guys, we
Yeah.
are not the kindest to one another, and I think that there's a misunderstanding between the two of us. I think we need to kind of bring.
All right, we're going to try find the understanding.
We're gonna try and find a little connection here. Can we
Okay.
try and build a bridge?
We can.
All right, bet. So,
Let's see if it connects.
okay,
We're not there yet.
Your arms ain't long enough.
We're not
see?
there yet.
This is it's a you thing. My arm is long. But I don't know how do I phrase this? What are women expecting from men in 2024? As a single woman out there, gorgeous, confident, in your own lane, you don't need
I think that's
a
the
man.
point. I don't need a man.
Right.
I would like a man.
Okay.
I think that's what most women are. Because now we're more independent. But with being independent, you become very hard. And you kind of turn into this alpha female. So I always say, when I'm with a man, I want a man that I can naturally tap into my softness.
Right.
And I'm very traditional. Like, I will be submissive. I don't mind. I will bring you your food on a tray. I will do all of that, just as long as you're acting correct
I
and
feel
you're
like
acting
women
right.
want to do that though. Like, but for the right man.
For the right man.
For the right guy.
For the right guy. And I think what comes in is I saw this the other day and I was like, no, that's facts. Men still want a girl that cooks, cleans, all of that, goes to work and all of that jazz. But it's just like, there's only so much a woman can do and can function. And sometimes we need help.
I don't know what guys you're dating, because that sounds mad. That sounds like conservatorship. Are you Britney Spears?
No.
What's going on? They want you to cook, clean, work, look after the kids.
Look after the sick. Yeah, but that's the reality of nowadays.
That's mad.
And do you know
not
what
my guys.
I often find? So I think it's two ways for me. I feel like if there's a man that wants to take care of everything, he kind of wants you to just be at home, not do nothing. And that can lead to some women just losing their identity and just becoming of the man, right?
Okay, yeah.
Or there's certain men that like your independence, but then they lack that, what's the nicest way to say it?
Dominance, that
Not
drive.
That provide, they're like, you can provide yourself. So they kind of leave you to fend for yourself.
Right.
In all
So
ways.
they're not very supportive.
So they're not as supportive. They're more
Okay.
like, I love you because you can do it all. And that kind of makes them happy. So they watch you do it all and you're like, hey, help.
I hear it. I think it's definitely, there's probably a spectrum. I'm more worried about these, I don't want to generalize, but I feel like a lot of Gen Zs, especially the really pretty girls, they just want to be looked after. They want to be baby girls. I've met
hear
a
it.
lot of girls in Dubai that have that kind of persona. Not all of them. Trust me, there's a great community of women that have moved to Dubai that are just killing it, from real estate to teaching to, I know people that are lawyers, and they are paid. Oh my God, they are so paid. But there is a small community that nurture each other in a sense of I ain't paying for shit.
I think that's fine. But we need to realize how old you are. Because I think 28 plus, we can start looking at that. But if I was to have a son, 19, and the girl's 19, and she expects you to take care of her at 19, you must be mad.
Unrealistic. But then
you must be mad.
But then this is why you get the 19-year-old girls that are getting flued out everywhere by all these uncles.
I think that's absolutely insane.
I spoke to a girl that's not maybe like 22, 23 the other day, and I asked her like, what is the oldest guy you've dated? At 22, she told me she dated a guy that's 39. 39. A whole 39. I was like, why? What's that? 17 years. 17 years. Oh, he takes care of me. You know, he pays for my nails. I'm just like, babes, like,
you don't even need taking care of at that age. Let's be realistic. But you probably live at home.
But I feel like girls are being conditioned. And then there are the generation that is maybe slightly older than them, the girls that are entering their 28s, their 29s, who, again, live their lifestyle in that direction and just demand it. Almost demand it. Like, I'm tired of working. I'm too pretty to work. Why am I working for? You know, given working sucks. Like, depending on what you do.
Working does.
Working sucks if you're not paid highly for what you do. But then again, my move to Dubai has shown me as well that you should... It's hard to generalize again because it's circumstantial. If you've got kids at home, it's not possible for you to move or uplift move your entire life. But while you're young, make your mistakes, try things out.
Absolutely.
Figure out your pocket in life. Because if you're dependent on one person and you're not a child, you're an adult, what happens if that person goes away?
That is it. You fall flat on your face and you do not know what to do.
So I feel like, I don't know, the message I guess I'm trying to portray in this podcast, I don't want to sound judgmental, but I've seen this over and over again. I mean, I work in nightlife, right? You know where I'm getting
You
at.
must be seeing what's coming through those doors.
Seema, what's your table? Who told you I got a table? You think I just carry a table on my head? Huh? I walked into the nightclub with table, just balancing. What table is your? What's your table, Semo?
Oh, the girls are probably going there and be like, don't worry, I know Semo.
Oh my God. So let me tell you about this one group that came, yeah. I was only, 2 months in Dubai at the time. And they were my brethren's friends. And they just landed, but my brethren was flying back. He's like, Semo, I'm going to tell them to shout you. You got them. I was like, cool. I don't really understand what you got them means, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Okay? God loves a trial. So they pulled up. I've taken them to one of the biggest nightclubs in Dubai. And I hate these type of girls. These are the type of girls that come with no vibes. Gorgeous, beautiful, now to dress, whatever, but they come with no vibes. And only UK girls do this. They will just plant their backside on the sofas.
And look in their phone the whole time.
All night.
Yeah.
Couple selfies with their extendo, with the light.
Oh, yeah, no. They'll wait for the bottles to come. Snap the bottles.
That's it. And then
go straight back to their phone.
That's it. And then tomorrow, Dubai was so lit. I'm like, baby girl.
Lit where?
What did you even do?
The only thing lit was the sparklers.
You took up real estate for free and drank recycled vodka. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. But I feel like we're getting into this generation. I watched this thing on Instagram the other day where a guy was saying a lot of women nowadays like to be dominant in the sense of, they have their, I guess, I wouldn't say like a list of demands, but I guess like a baseline.
Like the non-negotiables.
The non-negotiables, right? Which also, that kind of makes them dominant in a sense because you know what you want and you won't compromise on it. But then we had this conversation in the car talking about how you can be so dominant in your demands, or I guess like demanding, but then you give no room for a man to be dominant in the sense of like, you want a leader, right? But how can you inspire a leader if you're so rigid with what you expect? So then we came to this conclusion while we're talking about it, that you have women that think they're the prize. And I promise you guys, this conversation is not to degrade women. I'm very, very, I love my women. I stand up for women. But I feel like women that think they're the prize come into situations not understanding that it's really a value exchange.
It is.
When we're dating, ultimately it's what do you bring to the table? What do I bring to the table? And how can we bring these two energies together, mold this beautiful situation and grow something out of it? And I don't know. I just feel like our next generation that's coming up now might be in danger of that because it's not really a value exchange. It's more just a selfish kind of engagement. What can I get? What can I take?
No, it is. It is. I think it definitely is a what can I take? How does it benefit me? And I think it definitely is a bit more one-sided, because I remember talking to my brother and I was like, the pressure, like, I'm so happy I'm not a man. Like, honest to God, I am so happy I'm not a man.
But you guys have breeded a whole new, like, there's a whole new
I ain't had
breed
no
of guys.
kids yet. I didn't breed
All right,
nobody.
well, I know. What I mean is, there's a whole new generation of guys now. I call them the 2024 men, right?
Okay.
We want basically peace, patience, and a partner.
Okay.
The 3 Ps.
Peace, patience, partner. Maybe 4. I'm Priscilla.
No,
I'm joking.
That was too sweet. Nah, I
Thank
got
you,
that.
thank you.
Yeah, that's way too sweet. I think the key one is peace.
I think peace is essential. I think in any life, if I have a partner, if you don't bring me peace, I don't want you. I do not want you, because at the end, we're fighting in this world just to live
doing your boxing thing,
day
man.
by day. No, honestly, thank you.
I got mean
So
hurt.
if I'm going home and you're giving me a headache, please don't even talk to me.
All right, so what are your, I guess, give me your top 5 things that bring you peace.
Bring me peace. My bed.
I love a sleep, bro.
Oh gosh,
Don't mess with my sleep.
that's my happy place.
Oh, I'm telling you.
My happy
when I'm
place.
unconscious.
Yeah, I think my bed,
Oh, Lord.
music, food. I was gonna say family, but I don't want to call it family. I would say good company, like
Yeah.
just good energy, vibes. But yeah, should I say? I want to say vibes and experiences, because I love a good experience. How many was that? So my bed, music, food, energy, good energy exchange. 5. What else brings me peace? Money.
Money.
Money. Let me just say work.
Work.
Because if you work right, the money will follow.
Progress.
So I'd say progress. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is what I mean by, like, if you have to have a purpose, I think that's again, like, this influencer culture can be really dangerous in the sense that, I don't know. I mean, from a fashion perspective, it's great. I'm not angry at the people that be taking selfies. You know, do your thing. Like, you have a plan. You know, the kind of, like, deals that you can get, endorsements that you can get. But if you're just online, I don't know, I guess trying to be everywhere and anywhere for no reason.
Yeah, rent free.
I think that is where it can become dangerous in the sense that you don't really have a purpose.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
No, it's true.
It becomes a bit circular.
Do you have non-negotiables, or what brings you peace?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
I was a very difficult person to date about a year ago.
Really?
Oh my God, a year ago? What? I drove some girls crazy because coming out of an 8.5-year relationship, I gave up on love. I just gave up on it. Like, to me, I didn't believe in the magic of it anymore.
That's sad.
It's so sad, right? And, like, people that I was kind of, I don't know, talking to, and they were kind of coming up to me with, yeah, but I'm different, or how do you know if you don't try? I'm like, baby girl, I have tried.
I tried.
When I tell you I tried, like, my previous relationship, like, I was in love, like, deep, like, I'll do anything for you kind of love. You feel me? Like, wake up every day, how can I make your life better kind of love. So when it broke down, the level of internal disappointment I had, never felt it before, like, ever. And it was, like, crushing. Like, I lost a part of Semo when that happened. And I had to be responsible for that. And I had to find my accountability in it. And I had to learn from it. Ultimately, I had to grow from it. But coming out of it, ultimately, I was aware that I was in no shape, space, or form to contribute to someone else's happiness.
Right.
Because I had to be happy first.
Yes.
How can I pour into your cup if my cup is
Empty.
broken? It's not even empty. You pour water in, it's just leaking.
Holds up. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
So a year ago, I didn't have any non-negotiables. It was just, if you stress me out, you're gone. That's all it was. And the thing is,
And that's vicious.
It was vicious love. And I met some, I'm not going to lie, during my single year, I was very fortunate. I met some great women. Had I not been in the space that I was in,
something beautiful could have
something
blossomed.
beautiful could have blossomed, I'm not going to lie. But I had committed to flying overseas, focusing on myself. I'd give myself at least a year to just recover. And when I felt the recovery kind of building, my non-negotiables were, you need to bring me peace. That is the mandatory. And I don't mean like, we have one argument, you're gone.
Yeah.
It's not realistic. Like, let's be honest. Like, we're grown.
As humans, we disagree. It's natural.
Yeah. But you coming up to me saying, I could never be with a DJ. I'll be like, that's great.
Girl, bye.
Door over there.
Yeah.
What did you think I was going to do? Stop.
DJing.
You know, in my previous relationship, we had gotten to that place where didn't agree with my career. My ex didn't really agree with my career. And it wasn't her fault. I'll be real. I don't want to ever sound like I'm trashing my ex. She was an amazing human being. But where I fit into her life, I no longer fit. And where she fit into mine, she didn't fit anymore. And it was just that time. It was time to just let it go. So I felt like that was my fault because for several reasons, but the main one, I guess, when you start dating someone, if I was to start again today, I know exactly what I would ask you. You know, like if I was to, before I even ask you out on a date, you know, I would get to know you slightly and understand what makes Sills tick. What are your priorities? What are you looking for in your life? Oh, my plan is to, you know, live 3 months here, 3 months in LA, 3 months in London. Well, that ain't gonna work for me. Like 6 months out of the year, I ain't gonna see you. How do we build a family? How do we build a foundation? That's not gonna work. Oh, you know, I wanna work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. That's great. You can bring me all the fries you want, but unless you can help me build my peas, we're gonna live in an economic status that isn't gonna fulfill my goals.
Right.
And I think that it really comes down to emotional intelligence, understanding your partner. Oh my God, you need, like, I read a book called Attached. I speak to everyone about this book.
Okay.
Everyone. This book single-handedly changed my life. It's literally about attachment styles. You know attachment styles?
Yeah.
So it's love languages, attachment styles, personality types. There's 3 types of attachment styles. All comes down to how you were parented, literally how you were raised as a child. And you ultimately be one of these 3 based on how your parents treated you. And that reflects on how you treat other people.
What attachment style are you?
I'm secure. And there's literally like you go through the book, there's like a questionnaire that you can do and it will tell you where you are. And sometimes you can be fringe, but secures are like the diamonds in life. They're the people that you want to be with because you can navigate and you can deal with life in a very deliberate way. And being deliberate is the most important
Deliberate and
thing.
Logical.
Be deliberate and logical. You're the first woman I've ever spoken to that has said the word logical.
Oh, no, I'm very black and white. Like, let's make it make sense. Let's not complicate life.
So I think that you might...
No, honestly.
I swear to you, I said this to you before, you're going to get some marriage proposals off this podcast. I'm telling you now, because the word logical, because everything's a nuance. Most of the girls I dated back in the day, it was really like, there's no black and white. It's, okay, I heard you, but I feel like you might change your mind. Or, why do girls think they can change man? I'm literally telling you what I'm about. And you're here trying to tell me that you're going to change me. No, take me for what I am. Take me for face value. But for me, it was literally just, I had to find someone that was within an attachment style that I felt I'm not going to have to do too much because I'm focused on my career.
Yeah.
I can imagine in a similar way, you're very career driven. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think I'm so career driven. Especially like when I'm in the thick of it. Like if I've got a project and I want to get this done, I think I can come across a little selfish. And it's not that I don't care, but I feel like different seasons require different priorities. And I feel like the partner that I'm with, they just need to understand that. So this just might not be your season, babe. I don't love you any less. Yeah. But just understand we have to move and adapt with the seasons.
A London guy's treating you well.
Right. I
heard that pause, you know. That pause was loud. That pause was loud. Listen, I've got brethren on all sides of the spectrum. I've got guys on all sides of the spectrum. I'm not here to hot up the man then, but I'm gonna keep it true. Like sometimes we don't do ourselves much justice, you know. We got a bit of a bad rap in these streets right now.
Do you know what I just feel with like London guys that I just find different everywhere else? I just feel like with London guys, I feel like you need to tell them what you want and what you require versus when I've dated maybe in the States or anywhere else, they're just a bit more forthcoming. They just want to do for you. And I think they automatically or naturally have that instinct of, I want not even just want to take care of you. I want to make your day better. Like how, as you said before, how can I make your life easier? And I just feel like men elsewhere naturally gravitate to that, whereas
Do you
men
think
in
guys from the States are more caring? Like, do you think that, well, not more caring, let's say, are they more mature lovers? I don't know, like.
not mature lovers. What I would say is they love more freely. So I think they're more careless lovers, as in they're not afraid to treat a woman or to show them that they care. Like you'll be walking down the street and maybe I think it's opposite. I feel like they start off strong and from the bat they're like, babes, I want to like I want to marry you. I want to like here, boom, 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 boom. Whereas
Is that a bit overbearing though?
I think it just no, not necessarily. It depends what you like. It depends on your personality because some people might love that.
Yeah.
But I feel like, as I said, going back to London, I feel like London are slow burners.
Right.
So you will get that later down the line.
Yeah.
Like once they suss you out and be like, is this really the one? Then they'll start pouring into you.
I feel like London, everyone has gotten into this, like, guys and girls, can I say? Because, boy, most of my friends in London are actually women. And they tell me everything, right? The roster be rostering these days.
Roster? What's that?
Oh, wow. You
What's
think
that?
we don't know?
What's roster?
You think we don't know? You see, back in the day, we used to refer to it. When Fresh Prince was a thing, we used to call it the little black book.
Okay.
Guys used to have the little black book. Girls have the little black book now.
I swear.
So we're just going to act oblivious on this camera, huh? You're just going to lie to all my friends, huh? Is that what we're going to do? But why do you think that is? Why do you think I mean, I feel like...
We don't love no more. I feel like everyone's very cynical. We're in a cynical world. Like people don't believe in love. They don't believe in marriage. Like they don't have that kind of ambition. Like me, I always say this. I am a wife. I'm not a baby mum. Like that's where I position myself. That's where I set myself. But a lot of people, they're like, am I getting married? I'm not getting married.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna find a girl. It's not even love. It's just they just used to have that companionship. There's too much casual things going on. Like people are not searching for that one partner or one person. And I think it's, as you said, because there's too many options. Yeah. I think it's when like social media, all of this, because you're looking at this person right here and you'll go on your phone and be like, oh, I can have him too.
I mean, everyone's good looking these days. Like people just like looking at the fashion that we had when we was in uni.
But the thing is, beauty's an eye of the beholder because back then we thought everybody was hot. Do you get what I mean?
True, yeah.
But we have a further reach. Before, I wouldn't know what Jamie from LA looks like.
Yeah.
I just know what, I don't know, James from Dodderton looks like. And that's my reach. South London is my reach. Not even just South London. Junction, that is my ends. My borough was it. I didn't know what was going on in North London. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
So you were happy with what was in front of you.
Yeah.
But now we're literally, the grass, how many grasses do we have?
It's true.
Do you get? It's not even grass anymore. It's the jungle.
We're all online.
Everything's online. Everything. So people are always saying, oh, this person can make you so happy. But they're like, what if I could get better?
Yeah.
But why are you just not happy with what's right there?
It's the 80-20 rule. You heard about the 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
It's like when you've got 80% of what you probably need and then you think of, you got this thing that's missing, like, maybe, but it's the 20% of what you don't actually need.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks the grass is greener. And then they find themselves in a situation that is no longer serving. And I think that's kind of sad. But I think it's, again, social media. Our attention spans are so short now.
Yeah.
When I came out of my previous relationship, I'd never been on a dating site. Can you imagine? Like literally.
Are you on a dating site? I've never signed up on a dating site.
I mean, give me that. Like
you did it?
6 months.
Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not going on it.
Look, let me tell you why dating sites didn't work for me anyway.
Okay.
Because I love London women. You guys are amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. Your confidence, you're very, very like powerful people. Like there's so much to gain from a smart, independent woman from London. I couldn't talk highly enough about you guys. And I realized it wasn't fair when I was on these dating sites because I felt like a lot of the girls I was meeting, they wanted to take me very seriously, very quickly.
Yeah.
And I struggled to kind of dumb myself down to make it, I don't know, less appealing from a relationship perspective. I didn't really know how to just be a casual, I don't know how to explain it, like, but do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like everyone I was meeting was either a candidate to me or I was a candidate to them.
Right.
And I wasn't in the space. So 6 months, I came off them. and because I just felt it was too intense, way too intense. I don't know why I really went on there. Maybe I just needed a distraction.
No, of course.
Was you telling me never been on a dating site?
Never.
Not one. Not a Bumble.
Not a Bumble.
Not a Hinge.
Not a Hinge.
Hinge was hinging. I met some things on Hinge.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm really.
I don't even know what the interface looks like, mate. I've never.
It didn't feel real though. I don't know. I just like back in the day. But back in the day, we'd meet a girl winding up on her in the club, but that don't really happen no more.
People ain't dancing. People are not dancing. I miss that though.
Listen, I feel like I could talk to you all day, but I blinked and the time has flown by for this pod. Yeah, it's crazy. But that gives you a reason to come back to Dubai.
Yeah.
And we'll have to do a part 2.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say I wish you all the best. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
And we're actually celebrating your birthday this entire weekend. So this is the best you're going to see us over the next 2 days. But yeah, you're amazing. And thank you for coming on and be my first guest. That's me up, man. Guys, Priscilla, the amazing. Follow her up, support her, do whatever you can because this is a real one. And man, treat her nice. I don't even know who I'm talking to, but if you ever do get her time, just treat her nice. She's a diamond, I'm telling you. Thank you, Habibi.
Thank you.
We out.